How's it going, internets? I am still Un, this is still Tokyo Jungle, and once again Audacity quietly gave up during my real-time commentary, so we're back on post. I have no idea why it keeps doing that. I never had the problem before, but I've never recorded audio while simultaneously capturing video with Amarek TV, so perhaps the two don't like each other. If you have any insights on this, please do share. Anyway, we gathered up some archives and activated a new story mission last time, so let's jump right in with a little light reading. January 9, 2023. We'll finally complete the Wave Converger prototype tomorrow. It's far from the output level we need, but it should allow us to test primary functionality. But even I can't foresee what sort of results we'll get. I understand the basic theory, but as for actual applications, all I have to go on is their data. We'll finally see if they are serious, or if this is just one rather huge lie. My research career may very well be over come tomorrow. More about this they or them. They certainly seem technologically advanced compared to the regular folks of 2023. Are we talking about aliens here? And we still don't know what this has to do with the disappearance of humanity and the berserk behavior of the animals. Mysteries continue. January 10, 2023. The professor's experiment was a success. Most of his theories have been evaluated and proven at this stage. The results we obtained were completely unexpected, so much so that they will rock the world. All this after only several months of work. It doesn't make sense. We were on the verge of having our budget eliminated for lack of progress. It's almost as if we were being secretly manipulated by someone. Oh, you don't even know the half of it, youngster. Yep, they, whoever they are definitely getting results. And based on the aforementioned concerns, the wave function localization project is hereby temporarily frozen, and we also suggest that the lab facility be moved. To lower expenses and keep this work from the media, we could move the lab to the emergency development area being built under Shibuya. If it goes well, this project will cement Japan's status in not only quantum physics, but also science and technology overall. We thus hope other ministries will quickly lower their resistance to cross-ministerial cooperation. Shibuya, huh? Like Shibuya Station, Shibuya Shop District, Shibuya Suburbs, Shibuya Woods? In other words, the area in which this entire game has been taking place? Yep, looks like this has been the locus for some pretty serious Black Project type stuff, with the technology being provided by them. This all seems to be going somewhere at long last, but the question is where? Well, we'll just have to keep at it, but for the time being, let's move on with the game. We should be all ready for another story mission, so let's dive on in. Lioness's Hunting Diary. The males and cubs count on the lionesses to provide food. Hunt again today within the Yamanote line where pteranodons circle. That's another thing we don't understand yet. Why are there dinosaurs? Okay, I suppose pteranodons aren't technically dinosaurs, so why are there prehistoric creatures mixed in with the otherwise normal animals inhabiting the Tokyo jungle? Just another thing that we'll have to find out with future archives and maybe some future story missions. The escaped zoo lions live in a pride with the Yamanote line as its territory. The role of a lioness within a pride is to hunt for food to feed the males and cubs. You have commenced your savage hunt in a dangerous area with pteranodons soaring overhead. Your prey are gazelles, hippos, white horses, and kangaroos. All roam along the Yamanote line, but at different times. Sleep in your lair to change times as your hunt requires. View information on your prey by pressing select. The gazelle appears day and night, flees quickly, so use your packmates to block any exits. The hippo appears by day near water unless it senses danger. Hide in the tall grass and wait. The white horse appears day and night, but is cautious and swift to flee. Strike when it sleeps. And the kangaroo appears by night, strong and aggressive. Nice dinner plate there. And I wonder why we have to hunt white horses in particular. I think the only sensible answer is that we have a very picky family. Oh, we don't want any of those dappled horses. They're all tough and stringy. Kindly enough, the game provides locations on the map where the various animals we're looking to hunt are located, so we'll just head to the first one on the left. Between here and there, there's not going to really be a whole lot of interest. There will be some other critters we can hunt if we need the food. But it looks like our first quarry is right over there. Now the guide said something about using our packmates to block the exits. I don't think there's really anything that you can even do with a mechanic like that. So all we really have to do is use the grass to creep up, as usual. Get the targeting reticle to actually appear on the right animal. And that gazelle is just not paying attention. All the other critters just fled and it's still just grazing there. Grazing there on pavement, I might add, which I wouldn't think would be very, well, palatable. So that's 1 down, 3 to go. Alright, next prey. Looks like we've got 2 over to the right, so we'll go see which of those we end up hitting first. It's going to be either the hippo or the horse, because the kangaroo only comes out at night. Are kangaroos actually nocturnal? No, they wouldn't be. Lie in wait in the tall grasses, then ambush the hippo. Yeah, definitely want to ambush the hippo, because nature has shown us in real life you do not want to fuck with a hippo ever, and in this context, hippos are tied for the second highest attack power in the game. The only thing that hits as hard is a dinosaur, and the only thing that hits harder is another dinosaur. So the ambush predation approach is definitely preferred here. Except, oh shit, I made a little too much noise splashing around in the water and got its attention. So we're just gonna hide out up here, where hopefully it did not see where we went. And we will just lie low until it forgets all about us and goes along on its hippo-y business. Alright, let's try that again. Alright, slower and easier this time. Where is my targeting reticle? Where is my target? Come on, I should really be able to get it from here. Oh, fuck it. We're going for a stand-up fight. And it looks like it's got a hell of a charge, but fortunately it telegraphs that a bit with its big old hippo yawn. Its regular head swipes are kind of painful too, it appears. Oh dear God almighty, that is what the second highest attack power in the game translates to. Well, I think we're committed at this point, so... Well, that's one of the pride down. I'm hiding. You can't see me. Okay, we're not fooling anyone. Yep, that other lion totally ran back home. It's not still lurking around here somewhere. And that's how it's done. Would have been nicer if we didn't sacrifice one of the family members, but what can you do? You ought to be able to munch on that for a decent while. Alright, and as for the daytime targets, that just leaves the horse. So that must be the target over there to the far right part of the map. Not a hell of a lot between here and there. Though we can have a nice drink of water just to keep our hunger topped up for a little while longer. Save us the trouble of having to do too much in-between hunting. No, we got no quarrel with you, Crocs. Just want a little bit of your water, then we'll go about our business. Now, hyenas, on the other hand, if the Lion King has taught me anything, and I think it has, it's that lions and hyenas don't mix. Don't know what this cheetah thinks it's doing getting into our business. But a quick counter kill will take care of that matter quickly enough. And you know, hyenas are pretty threatening when you're a Pomeranian, but up against a lioness, they start to look a little ineffectual. You thought you could hide over there, huh? Alright, from here forward, it should be a pretty straight shot to where the horses are grazing. Yep, getting pretty close. Just gotta go through this one more little dip in the line, and we should creep up right on them. Or perhaps not. Thoroughbreds are fast and wary. If it bolts, you've lost it. Yep, quite the opposite of the gazelle, they have excellent situational awareness. Resting in your lair will advance time between day and night. I think the game's trying to tell me something. You trying to tell me something, game? Alright, well, we'll go after the horse again in just a bit, but since it's nighttime, let's go ahead and try our luck with the kangaroo. A little bit hungry, so we'll stop for a little mutton. That hit the spot. Hey, look at me, I'm a salaryman commuter. Oh, you guys again? Like ants at a picnic, I swear to God. Well, this time it shall be me picnicking on you! Yep, even easier that time. Looks like the kangaroo's hiding out on the train platform. Oh my, we got an honest-to-goodness boxing kangaroo, with gloves and a title belt and everything. And some boxing rabbit minions. Okay, that's a little weird. And that was a little anticlimactic. Well, I guess the train platform was as close to a boxing ring as you're gonna get around here. And that only leaves the horse. I am hoping we'll have a little better fortune hunting the horse under cover of night. The guy did say to approach them when they're sleeping, and, well, this would seem the appropriate time for that. Are there ever not hyenas? Well, this time it appears there was just a singular hyena boss, but really no more difficult than any of the underlings. Oh, calm the fuck down there, luggage. Yeah, when two of the hyenas decide they're going to start calling for help at the same time, managing to cancel that is really pretty difficult. Now, if you're a little more accurate and responsive than I am, then perhaps not so much, but hey. At the very least, we got to counter-kill a croc. That was fun. Should've let me drink the water. Nice teamwork, ladies. Oh, that's something we haven't seen before, a panther. Of course, we all know that a black panther isn't technically a thing. It's just a melanistic leopard or jaguar, but we can be a little fanciful here. And right around here is where the horses got wind of us and ran away. But this time we're able to creep up a little closer, take advantage of some grass cover, and yep, he's having a little nap. As long as we don't wander over there banging pots or anything, this should be a piece of cake. Now are you satisfied, you layabouts? I'm not sure I like the look of that. Your cubs are hungry. This time hunt for Pteranodon. Alright, seriously, what the hell? We have the most spoiled rotten kids in Leonine history.
Mom, I want an incredibly dangerous water horse. Mom, now I want a white horse. Mom, now I want a flying fucking reptile.
Alright, fine. I know there's gonna be no peace until I get it for you. Find the Pteranodon lair, huh? It's way over to the right of the map, so naturally we're gonna have to hike for it. And because we have to do a fair bit of hiking to the right, that will most likely mean crocodiles and very, very likely mean hyenas, because there are always hyenas. Alright guys, don't get your leathers in a bunch, just getting a little drink of your water. Oh my god, there were hyenas, I totally called that part, but they're not starting any shit with us. Must have seen how well that went for the rest of the gang. And we found the lair, steal a hatchling. Well, at least we don't have to bring down an adult one, because I could see that being a bit of a problem. We just have to find a way up to the rooftop. Alright, looks like there's no reasonable path from within the car. We can, however, have a rabbit snack. Now, if we could find a way to get on top of the first car, then we could very readily get on top of the second car. But it doesn't look like we have a route for that either. This presents a slight conundrum. A little bit of raised rubble here. Just had to find the right angle, and that'll do nicely. Grab hold of it with your jaws, then carry it to the lair. First time in a while we've used that carry-prey mechanic, and... we seem to have gotten the attention of the parents. The parent returned. Quickly go back to your lair. You know, I'm sorry, ma'am, but I'm a harried mother just like you. You had several kids in there. I know you can part with one of them. Matter of fact, I imagine you'd be quite a bit less stressed about your life under such circumstances. Okay, lesson learned. Pteranodons can do quite a bit of damage, and you don't really get any kind of warning when they're about to dive at you. Unfortunately, we do respawn all the way back at the den, so I'm going to take a moment to shove my husband across the floor in frustration, and then we'll cube wipe back on over to the nest. Now, if I can just get my aim right. There we go. Yes, yes, we all know the flying razor-sharp drill. Now, as we learned the hard way, we can't really dodge the Pteranodon's dives because they don't really telegraph them, and in fact they like to do it from off-screen. So we're going to make as much use of cover as we can. Keep a ceiling over us whenever possible, and hide whenever possible. And I got no time for you assholes. Ah, but did you see one of them get skewered by the Pteranodon over on the right side of the screen there? Always nice when our problems take care of each other. And the whole hiding thing doesn't seem to be working so well. Well, it looks like the annoying hyena gang actually turned out to be kind of a blessing in disguise. Because when you don't have cover, create a distraction. Just a little bit further now. And we're clear. See, look at that. There's hardly any meat on it at all. Don't know what you kids were so excited about. You've brought sufficient food for the pride, hopefully enough to survive for a few more days. You're now taking a short nap to rest before the next hunt. I don't know if that McNugget is more than a couple minutes food, let alone a few days. But the important thing is we've completed the mission. And we all know what that means. We gotta collect some more archives and hopefully unlock another animal or two along the way. Because I can't remember if I mentioned it, but there are 14 story missions in total, which means we're halfway through, and we've still got quite a few animals to unlock. Can't guarantee I'll get all of them by the end of this LP, but I'll certainly give it my best shot. Now let's see. Animals for which we have not unlocked the next one yet are the pig and the beagle. And we did just get some of that predator action, so I think it's a good time to take another trip back into Grazer Town. And the first round of challenges is activated, and we can get started on that marking. And we can pretty easily finish with that marking. Now that we've claimed the territory, this seems like a good time to do a little reproduction. We only have the one stat gain to pass on, and our immediate prospect for a mate is desperate, but hey, let the revels begin, let the fires be started, we're oinking for the desperate and the broken-hearted. We also have to work our way around a retriever before it notices us, and develops a craving for pork. And now with that little hurdle surmounted, it's just gonna be a quick hop up the truck. I could always go looking at the other mate prospect, but we're a rookie anyway, so we're not going to be attracting anyone more genetically promising anyway. Just a single stat point and 2 siblings, but that's 2 more siblings than we had before to pick up the torch should we get ourselves killed. And that also completes a Change Generations challenge and gives us some little more life to pass on to the next generation. It also appears that we have started up the next animal unlocking challenge, which is for the Blackbuck in Shibuya Woods. And there it is. Okay, what we have to do is touch it, which should be doable. That is, if it doesn't run past us and get a massive head start. Pigs do have many noble attributes, but fleet of foot they aren't particularly. There we go. And this time we get an average mate. Show a little faith, there's magic in the night. You ain't a beauty, but hey, you're alright. Apparently this is unmaking song references about Pig Romance Day. Now that's a little more like it. We can always use more HP. And you've got quite a few little porkers here too. That's making bacon. Onward to the Yamanote line, which is where all the archives are this time. Got another ministry report. Oh, lion cubs. They're always fun. This one's trying to raise the alarm, and we can't have that. No witnesses. Oh, nice shot. Another professor's diary. And last but not least, yet another ministry report. And now, oh god, Act 8 A Spy is Born. I hate this mission. I really, really hate it. Okay, watch my siblings here as they follow my double jump. Maybe it's just me, but the animation looks a little too smooth, doesn't really have the two-step part of my double jump, so it looks like they're just kind of levitating up onto the train car. Again, I may be hallucinating this, but to me it looks really funny, as does the wolf down there being really confused and just flipping left and right, wondering where the hell I went. Unfortunately, I'm low on life and high on toxicity, so while I wait for the wolf to stop looking for me, I kinda fall over dead. Oh well, that's what brothers and sisters are for. And this is a new item, so we'll take a quick look at that. I flipped away from it a little too quickly there, but the hearty chicken breast increases your max hunger gauge. I believe it increases it by 10 if memory serves. Once again, when we encounter a lion cub, it usually tries to call for help immediately, so we're trying to silence it here, but that doesn't quite work out well. Fortunately, we're up on top of this area in Yoyogi Park West, and so we're not as accessible to lion mobbing as we would be down at ground level. And you might have caught a glimpse there of the event that the buffalo in Yoyogi Park East are migrating. That just means there will be a hell of a lot of buffalo there, and that's really not relevant to us in any way as pigs, because they don't have any interest in us as fellow grazers, but if you are sufficiently large predators, that can be some pretty good eating. Okay, we are down to our last pig, but if this is to be Wilbur's end, then he will make it such an end. Take down as many of his harassers as he can. Little easier said than done when you can only attack once every couple seconds. I don't think there are any grazers that have particularly good attacks, at least in terms of speed. Of course, as the hippo, you do so much damage that it doesn't even really matter. For that reason, I'm actually kind of looking forward to trying out the hippo if we can get that unlocked. And although their standard attacks are nothing to write home about, I will never stop enjoying the way that grazers send things flying when they get their follow-up attack off. Be it a clean kill or just a follow-up onto a stunned enemy. Oh, hello, Big Bird. Failed some challenges there, but at this point in the game, I'm just trying to stay alive. I don't even know why I tried to mark that marking point so close to the wolf. Seemed like a good idea at the time, I suppose. Well, R.I.P., Wilbur. You were some pig. Well, we've got a new story mission, but I really don't want to do it. That said, we can always do a little reading. Ministry Report 3. The wave convergence tests continue to proceed smoothly, even after the facility move. The basic principle has been established and the research team has already started testing the coordinate transformer. The only issue at the moment is the damage the transformer sustained from the electromagnetic waves generated while it was running. This can be prevented with a special coating, but there is also the problem of EM disturbances it causes above ground. There is no harm to the human body, but an urgent response is still required. Well, mostly technobabble there, doesn't mean much to us yet. November 20, 2026. I heard from them again after a 7-year silence. This time they attached a program that can resolve the transformer's instability. But to run the program, we'll need a self-learning/developing processing unit that is mapped onto a neural network. I'll put forward a proposal at the next meeting. I sincerely hope that they can fit this into our budget. Well, that's what the technobabble was about, another technological problem for the mysterious them to magically resolve. But wow, a 7-year gap, that's cold. Come on, them. You never talk, you never write. Anyway, on to the next ministry report. Regarding the processing unit the research team proposed as a way to stabilize the transformer, we are considering the use of the ERC-001, a disaster response probe developed under METI supervision. It meets spec requirements, is resistant to radiation, and is unaffected by EM waves. Though the project does not require a mobile system with arms and legs, the ERC-001 is to be used as is. As a product of industry, government, and academia, making special requests would only draw unwanted attention. Mobile unit with arms and legs, huh? Seems like instead of a computer to house that technology from them, they're going to use some kind of robot. Well, I can't imagine how that could possibly end in tears. Still kinda hard to say where all this is ultimately going, but answers are coming, friends. And that's the end of our library crawling for the time being. We do still have that god-awful story mission on the docket, but you know what? I am perfectly content to kick that down the road a little farther, and just do a little more critter unlocking for now. First of all, we can purchase that Blackbuck. And we've got a gender alternate. I'll spend some dough on a doe. However, since we were a grazer last run, I think it's about time to take another trip to Predator Country. Things start out for our beagle in a fairly ordinary way with the completion of a clean kill challenge. And then we're gonna need some one-ups. I mean, offspring. Ooh, former pets warring in Shibuya suburbs. That's a fun event. And we have to go there anyway because that's going to be our destination challenge. And holy shit, I don't think this can be considered cats and dogs living together per se, but it's certainly got the mass hysteria part down. Oh, and there goes our next animal unlock challenge for the golden retriever, but we've got some business to take care of here in the suburbs first. This may seem like mindless and gratuitous slaughter, but I assure you there is a method to my madness. In the meantime, it's certainly an excellent source of calories to put toward our boss ranking, even if I get a little bit killed in the process. Oh, I thought you would sneak up on me, huh? My vengeance is swift and sure. There we go. That's why I was doing all the slaying. I needed to consume quite a few calories, not only for my boss ranking, but for the next challenge. For completing all the E-challenges, we have also acquired a baseball cap. I didn't think to try that on in this video, but we'll get around to it eventually. Got a lot of equipables to try on over the course of this LP, and I will try to get around to them if my memory doesn't fail me. Alright, we've got our next set of challenges. It's going to take us toward Dogenzaka. And I just left this bit in to reiterate that while they are not a very good source of calories or satiety, in an emergency situation, birds can be used for a quick snack. Hey, this is the part that we visited for the beagles in that story mission. The Pooch Dog House is still there and everything. And man, is that a lot of puppies. Well, as is the way of Tokyo Jungle in general, we are eventually going to need those. In the meantime, our golden retriever target is in Shibuya Woods. And we completed a generation change challenge while we were at it. I was a little bit proud of that flying bird takedown. Anyway, it'll be a little faster to get to Shibuya Woods by way of the sewers. And that'll also open up the shortcut between the suburbs and the station. And for reaching Dogenzaka, we get another challenge down. Always good to have some more stats to pass on to the next generation, such as a marking challenge. here we are in Shibuya Woods, and the place is pretty flooded with golden retrievers, and also for some reason chimpanzees. Oh man. It gives me no pleasure to be plowing through armies of golden retrievers like this. I mean, my family used to have one, and they're really sweet dogs, if a little on the obsessive-compulsive side. Also, that little roar they make when they die just kind of wounds me. So I really take no pleasure in this, but I kinda need the food, and also they would probably try to kill me if they weren't distracted by all the chimps and whatnot. Yeah, no kidding, there's gonna be a full food bar. But with all of my fellow dogs being considered food. You know, that's kind of weird. As we've seen before, in this game, members of your own species are not considered food. But for Tokyo Jungle purposes, different breeds of dogs are not considered the same species, even if they are all Canis domesticus. As long as it doesn't look like you can eat it. Yeah, I don't like this at all. Though we do need calories for the boss ranking, and we also have to complete that 25 animals defeated challenge. So please do forgive me, Great Retriever Gods. Looks like there's a landmark in our next set of challenges, the Alley of Delights. I'm afraid, spoiler alert, we're not going to be making it to that one. Well, I took a swing to the left there to see if the retriever boss was somewhere in that corner of the map, but no. Actually, pretty much every time we've found an animal unlock here in Shibuya Woods, it's been at the far side, near the Yamanote line exit. Oh, and the magazine. Just skimming through fills you with pep. What that means in practical terms is that it will give you a complete restoration. Oh, there's the 25 animal challenge finally down. As I was saying, the magazine is a full heal. It will give you all of your toxicity reduced to 0, it will give you full health, and it will give you full hunger. But never mind that, there's the retriever boss. And he's got a little more magnitude about him than the rest of the retrievers, but goes down about as easily. We have now, therefore, unlocked the golden retriever. And that means, once we've made it out of this area, we can knock off all the violence and the cannibalism. And that's always good news anytime you get it, isn't it, Internet? I can't help but notice, though, due to the flashing of our life bar, that we are getting kind of old. That means our stats are going to be dropping, so we're not going to waste too much time on getting to the next generation. Well, this is a desperate mate, and as a boss rank we can do better, but I notice our other prospect is all the way over on the left side of the map, and we've got a nest nearby, so let's go ahead and do this thing before we get too much older, or get ourselves killed in the process. And very kind of her to teleport over to us. I don't think that's an heritable trait, more's the pity. I can't help but feel this is a slight waste of my stat gains, but survival, folks. Survival is always priority 1. Or should be. I don't always practice what I preach there. And oh, fun times. We've gotten into one of those places where any animals we kill are toxic before they hit the ground. So until we can get into a slightly less poisonous area, we're gonna have some problems with that whole eating thing. On the bright side, we've kept things going for 30 years. But on the other downside, that does mean we've blown some challenges. Yeah, did my best to make it down to where the Alley of Delights could be found, but in the end I just couldn't make it on time. Next round of challenges is kicked in, and 7 clean kills. That's actually pretty tough. And here I am, once again advancing the generation with a suboptimal mate. Not for any challenge or anything, but because my toxicity was maxed out and I wanted to get that reset. However, it's not going to be long before I find myself really regretting that I didn't have any more children. Man, Croc's hurt. Well, at least I got to be gracefully launched into eternity. Don't see that every day. Avenge me, brother wolves! And I still don't want to do that story mission, so let's jump right back in and do a little more animal unlocking. First I can lay down some money for the retriever. And then once again we can switch off from carnivores to grazers and do the Blackbuck challenge. Operation Do-Re-Mi, commence. Antelope ladies are still called does, right? I think so. We'll kick things off with a barking challenge. And attract an average Joe. That's a decent little family we've got there. And upon our arrival in Dogenzaka, that's another challenge down. Ah, our next target will be the sheep. And we're going to have to mark all of their territory. Shibuya Shop District, okay. And being that this is a territory takeover challenge, that means that the normally docile herbivores here are going to be very much out for our blood. Fortunately, they're a little slow to react, so a lot of the time we can mark with them standing right there next to us. And that conveniently located fruit is going to get us to a calorie challenge. And we got a straw hat for completing the E-challenges. That's another thing I'll have to remember to try on at some point. Sometime when we're a little less engulfed by the Yovine hordes. That's it. Y'all just move along. Nothing to see here. Oh, well, that didn't last very long. Fortunately, sheep are not known for their platforming skills, so by taking the high ground, we can stay out of trouble for a little while at least. Alright, that's 2 down, 2 to go. And while certainly numerous, it does not seem that the sheep are very effectual when it comes to keeping us from marking all their territory. Mushroom break. There's number 3. Hey, knock it off. I'm just trying to take over your neighborhood. Hey! That's better. Alright, just one more marking point to go. Hey! That's it, I've had enough of you fuckers. Antelope Rage! Yeah, not so eager to mob me now, are you? I'm not sure why, but it seems that the dodge and counter technique for the grazers just doesn't work as well as the carnivore version. A lot of times you'll successfully do the dodge and hit the counter, but you'll just kind of whiff by a mile. I guess it's just the difference between pouncing on things and having to hit them with a kicking animation. Alright then. Now we can conquer at our leisure. That'll give us access to the nest, and more importantly, access to the sheep. Wow, it seems that they're all still a little bit pissy about losing their territory. Who would have guessed? Come on, guys, ease off. No one likes a sore loser. My god, they're persistent. You know what? Enough is enough. Even the Buddha can't be patient forever. The Antelope Buddha. Galactic punt for you. Galactic punt for you. Galactic punts for everybody. Oh, and a prime quality mate too. Can this day get any better, I ask you? Not a huge fan of that eat 2 more fruits challenge, though. That's just a little too RNG for my money. You're only gonna get fruits if the game decides to give you fruits. But then again, I'm probably playing the wrong game here to get upset about RNG stuff. Oh, aren't they a bunch of double-jumping little cuties? Oh, what have we here? Some new shoes. A desperate mate. No scrubs! And another one. Wow, a good man really is hard to find. Well, screw this. I'm taking a nap while they get their shit together. Hey, now that's more like it. This guy cleaned up pretty good. And over the course of one siesta, which is especially impressive. And arriving in the woods gets us another challenge down. It's purple. Well, if I've learned anything from The Simpsons, and I think I have, it's that purple is a fruit. Ah, we've encountered the buffalo migration event again. And just like before, as we are grazers, it doesn't really have much relevance to us, but At least we'll get to see the buffalo roam. Alright, the upcoming challenges. We're gonna have to go to the Merchantarium again if we want to complete that one. Hey guys. Don't mind us, just passing through. Hey, how about it? Unlike the Alley of Delights, we actually made it to that landmark. Next on the itinerary, eat a whole mess of flowers. Fortunately, those are a lot more common than fruit. Looks like there are a bunch of hyenas all riled up over something to the left. Thankfully, our flowers are right here, so we should be able to steer clear of that. Done and done. Marking challenge down, and we have encountered another substantial pack of hyenas, this time mostly distracted by a cow, but I managed to steer too close and get myself killed anyway. Note to self, give fracases a little wider berth. Excellent. That should be a fairly simple way to get our generation challenge down. Once again, the honeymoon suite will be the Pooch Doghouse. And in addition to completing the challenge, that should get us a nice big family, and wow, a really impressive spread of stat inheritances as well. I'm not sure how wise eating sewer fungus actually is, but the important thing is it got us another challenge completed. And taking the low road through the sewers, while it does get us a little bit of panther attention, should be the easier way to get to the Yamanote line for our next location challenge. And that exit brings us out in Yoyogi Park, not far from here. As usual, the Yamanote line has a substantial leonine presence, and here I am trying to repeatedly jump onto the top of the train, forgetting that I am on the train platform and there's a ceiling there. Silly me. You know, with those 2 portable beds in my inventory, it might not have been the worst idea to have a little snooze and hope for an improvement in conditions, maybe a few less lines breathing down my neck, maybe a little less toxicity, and the rain to end so I could use my minimap properly again, but you know how it is, hindsight 2020. Always got time for a fruit stop. I've really kind of backed myself into a corner here. No time to stop and do the markings. But at least I made it to the east side. That's a challenge down, even if I don't make it much further here. Oh, come on. I know you didn't see me go into that grass. I'm sure your sense of smell is pretty good, but still seems a little unfair. Oh, come on. Can't seem to hide for love nor money this time out. Hopefully they won't succeed in following me up here. Well, this hiding thing seems to be working out a little better, but toxicity is high. Don't want to hang around too long if I can help it. Alright, let's see if we can propagate the species in very hostile territory. Yeah, never mind that lion a very short distance away. Well, we only had one sibling from that last generational change. This'll get us quite a few more. Don't think I have any stats to pass on, though. Yep, not a one. But lots of kids, and that's good for our survivability. Doubling back to the west gets us another location challenge down, and a pretty substantial defense bump. And having blundered our way into another lion territory, we're gonna need that defense. I really shouldn't try to mark territory in the middle of a bunch of dangerous predators, but that time at least it didn't bite me in the ass. Wait, dead? Seriously? I had so many sisters. Wow, I guess they all must have gotten killed trying to follow me through the lions. I probably should have dropped one to take the heat off, but I didn't think they would all get killed trying to follow me. Well, that's another lesson learned. Should probably be a little more willing to sacrifice one of the family. Kinda hate to do it, but sometimes, in desperate circumstances, it really might be the best way to keep from losing your entire herd. Ah well, at least we got a sheep. In fact, why don't we pop in real quick and buy that? Aw, no color variations. That's too bad. Might have been fun to be the black sheep of the family. Well, that's a productive enough session. Got a few new animals and 2 sets of archives. Oh, and since I recorded the first part of this commentary track, I discovered that Amarek TV, by default, sets its process to high priority. None of the other recording software I've used during real-time commentary has done that, so I'm wondering if that was making it stop on Audacity. Next time I'll set it to normal priority and see if that helps matters. At any rate, next time we're gonna have to do A Spy is Born, and I'm not looking forward to that, but I do look forward to our next time together, dear Internet. In the meantime, stay warm and take care. This is signing off. Today's Jungle Japes have been brought to you by Justin Carpenter, Nolden, Zangamarth, Charlie Dunst, Anonymous Benefactor, John Madigan, Sanguine Games, Misha Van Doren, Frank Grizzy, Tim J., Lolo De Puzzlo, Joshua C. Ritchie, Jared C. Rice, Darren Chow, Sonic Rose, EX Potemkin, Alicia Goranson, Argyle Jelly, Mechasaurus, DG Jono, Doug Russell, August Fortnight, Patrick Bellinger, Rob Lyons, Andy Kurland, Jarogue, and the rest of the herd. My tremendous gratitude to you all, and also appreciation for all those commenting, subscribing, and just plain watching. I hope you all have a pleasant and relaxing Sunday, and I'll see you again real soon.